Look around you. Every day you're being told what to think, how to feel, and what kind of life you should want. You're being taught to fear discomfort, avoid risk, and blend in. That's not education. That's programming. They feed you a narrative. Go to school, get a degree, play it safe, work your life away, die quietly. And most people do just that. They never question why. Because they're too afraid to unplug, too comfortable being told they're doing fine, when deep down, they know they're rotting from the inside out. You think scrolling all day, arguing online, eating junk, and numbing your pain is freedom. That's slavery with pretty lights. They want you weak, soft, and distracted. Because the moment you wake up, the moment you realize your time is being stolen, you become dangerous. They told you ambition is toxic, masculinity is evil, discipline is outdated. But guess what? That's because they can't sell you anything once you're strong. They can't market you pills, therapy, or lies if you're building yourself every day with fire in your eyes and steel in your spine. Stop playing the victim. Stop blaming the world. Start owning everything. You're broke. Learn. You're lost. Move. You're tired. Grind harder. There's no cavalry coming. You are the answer. And it's not about becoming rich just to flex. It's about power. The power to protect, to provide, to live on your terms. When you become strong, you lift others. Weakness is selfish. Strength is service. So here's your choice. Stay comfortable, stay broke, stay brainwashed, or wake up, break the pattern, and rebuild yourself from the ground up. The truth is raw, but once you taste it, you'll never go back. This is your red pill. Take it. Or don't. Just remember, nobody's coming to save you. Only you can save yourself. Comfort is the cage, not the reward. It's one of the most dangerous illusions the modern world sells you. They tell you comfort is the goal, the dream, the end game of success. But it's not. It's the trap that keeps lions acting like sheep. Comfort numbs your instincts. It dulls your edge. The moment you start seeking comfort instead of challenge, you begin dying. Not physically, but mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Think about the structure of society today. Every app, every service, every advertisement is designed to give you one thing: convenience. Food delivered in minutes, entertainment without effort, dopamine hits on demand, all while your potential withers in the background. They don't want you to be hungry, not for food, for greatness. Because the hungry are dangerous. The hungry change things. The comfortable obey. You weren't born to sit still. You weren't born to relax your way into mediocrity. You were built for resistance. Struggle is what makes you sharp. Adversity is the gym of your mind. But the modern world offers you a shortcut at every corner. Don't feel like cooking. Don't feel like working. Don't feel like dealing with stress. Escape. And before you know it, you've traded your purpose for pleasure. You've sold your soul for softness. But here's the truth they won't tell you: comfort is addictive. And like every addiction, it comes with a cost. Your discipline, your drive, your edge. It keeps you docile. It keeps you chasing just enough to survive, never enough to thrive. Comfort puts you in a mental prison and convinces you it's a luxury suit. It makes you think you're winning when you're actually being conquered. Because the man who fears discomfort can never lead, never dominate, never build anything real. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly suffered for something worthwhile? When was the last time you pushed through pain without looking for the easy way out? If your answer is, I can't remember, then you're already caught in the cage. And the bars, they're made of your excuses, your laziness, your lack of urgency. The uncomfortable truth is this: the more comfortable your life is, the more you should worry. Growth doesn't live in comfort. Strength doesn't grow from ease. Everything worthwhile, discipline, resilience, mastery, is forged in the fire of discomfort. You don't get to be great without bleeding for it. You don't become powerful by staying warm and safe. Every level of your life that's waiting for you is guarded by discomfort. The only way through is by facing it, not avoiding it. If you want real freedom, you have to be willing to suffer. Not aimlessly, but with direction. You have to get up early when no one's watching. You have to train when your body says no. You have to grind when your friends are chilling. You have to embrace the suck over and over again. That's how you escape the cage. That's how you separate from the masses who are too soft to realize they're slaves. So next time life feels hard, don't run. Lean in, push back, smile. Because that's the signal you're on the right path. That's where the real you begins. Comfort is a lie dressed in luxury. Discomfort is truth wrapped in pain. Choose truth. Choose the path that hurts now but frees you later. Because in the end, the man who chooses comfort dies early, not in body, but in soul. And the man who chooses challenge lives forever in what he builds. Your thoughts aren't yours until you question them. That's a truth most people are too scared to face. From the moment you're born, society begins programming you not to be strong, not to be sovereign, but to be safe, agreeable, and easy to manage. They teach you what to believe, not how to think. Your environment, your school, your media, even your so-called role models, they install mental software that tells you what's normal, what's acceptable, and what's realistic. And if you never stop to ask yourself why you think the way you do, then your mind is not your own. You're not living. You're just repeating someone else's code. Think about it. Who decided what success should look like for you? Was it your teacher who's never built a business? Was it the influencer who edits every photo to sell you a dream they don't even live? Was it the system that encourages debt, weakness, and dependence? They told you to be humble, to not aim too high, to follow the rules, to fit in. They told you chasing money is evil, wanting power is toxic, and being aggressive is wrong. And you believed it because everyone around you did too. But here's the problem. If everyone's thinking the same, no one's thinking at all. They don't teach you to challenge the narrative. They teach you to fear being different, to fear standing out. Because once you start thinking for yourself, you become uncontrollable. You no longer buy into their cycles. You stop playing their games, and they can't profit off you anymore. That's why true critical thinking is dangerous in a world built on manipulation. Question everything. Why do you believe what you believe? Why do you value what you value? Why do you chase the things you chase? Did you decide those things? Or did someone else install them into your head while you were too young or too distracted to resist? Until you investigate those thoughts, you're not living consciously. You're just a puppet with invisible strings. This doesn't mean becoming paranoid. It means becoming aware. Awareness is the first step to power. Once you see the programming, you can start rewriting it. You stop following the path they gave you and start carving your own. You stop thinking in fear and start thinking in force. That's when life starts to change. Not because the world becomes easier, but because your mind becomes stronger. The truth is, most people aren't lazy. They're just lost in mental chains they never knew existed. They've been told their limits for so long that they stop testing them. They don't lack intelligence or potential. They lack the courage to question what they've been told to accept. That's the real tragedy. And it's all by design. Because once you become a free thinker, you don't fall for fake news, false heroes, or empty dreams. If you want to level up, you have to delete the old software, reprogram your beliefs, upgrade your identity, build a mindset that serves your mission, not one that keeps you obedient. Question everything, even your own conclusions. Because freedom doesn't come from rebellion alone. It comes from ruthless self-awareness. Don't just wake up. Stay awake. Don't just break free. Stay free. Because the moment you stop questioning is the moment you start slipping back into the dream they designed for you. And you weren't born to live in someone else's fantasy. You were born to build your own reality. Success requires unplugging from the matrix. And no, this isn't some sci-fi metaphor. It's the brutal reality of modern life. Every second you spend distracted, sedated, or entertained by the system is another second you're not building your freedom. The matrix isn't just about computers. It's a mindset. It's a fabricated reality designed to keep you docile, obedient, and locked into a cycle of mediocrity. From school to social media, everything around you is engineered to make you a consumer. Not a leader, not a leader, not a warrior. Just a cog in their machine, endlessly scrolling, endlessly spending, endlessly wasting time. You're born into a game, but they never tell you the rules. They say work hard, get a job, retire at 65. That's not a life plan, that's a trap. While you're slaving for paychecks and climbing ladders that lead nowhere, the people who run this game are stacking wealth, influence, and control. And you're too distracted by nonsense to even notice. They feed you distractions, so you never ask the real questions. Why am I doing this? Who is benefiting from my time? What do I really want? These questions are dangerous to them, because once you start asking, you start waking up. And once you wake up, the system can't own you anymore. Unplugging means more than deleting apps or ignoring the news. It means rejecting their version of success. It means understanding that the path they laid out for you is designed to keep you average. Real success starts when you realize the rules were never meant to serve you. They were meant to control you. So you have to stop following the crowd. Stop living by default. Start thinking in terms of leverage, freedom, power. Your 9 to 5 is not freedom. Your weekend breaks are not freedom. If someone else controls your time, they control your life. But here's the hard truth. Unplugging is painful because the matrix is comfortable. It's familiar. It rewards compliance with ease and pleasure. You'll lose friends, offend family, get mocked for wanting more. That's part of the process. Not everyone is meant to wake up. Most people would rather stay asleep in a warm bed of lies than face the cold truth of reality. But you have to be different. You have to be willing to burn the fake version of your life to build the real one. Success isn't found in comfort zones. It's earned through risk, sacrifice, and relentless focus. You'll have to unlearn everything you were taught. You'll have to build your own code, your own schedule, your own goals, your own values. That's what unplugging really is. It's not rebellion for the sake of rebellion. It's about taking full ownership of your existence. You want money. Good. Get it. But don't get it their way. Don't trade your time forever. Learn to create systems, scale ideas, own assets. You want freedom. Then stop begging for permission. Build a life where you don't have to ask for holidays, where no one limits your income, where your value is dictated by what you build, not what a boss thinks you're worth. Unplugging is the first step. Reprogramming is the second. Dominating the game on your own terms is the third. The system fears people like you, because once you realize the truth, you stop being a slave, you become the architect, and that's when the real success begins. Comfort is the silent killer of greatness. It's not failure that ruins most people's lives, it's comfort. That slow, creeping trap that convinces you you're doing okay, while quietly draining your potential. Comfort is seductive. It tells you to relax, to settle, to avoid risk. It whispers in your ear that you've done enough for today, that you've earned that break, that it's fine to push your dreams to tomorrow. But here's the truth. The moment you start prioritizing comfort over growth, you've already started dying. Not physically, but mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Because deep down, you know you're capable of more. You feel it. That fire inside you, that's not restlessness. That's your potential screaming at you to wake up. But the system has trained you to chase comfort like it's the prize. They sold you the lie of the safe life. Go to school, get a job, buy things you can't afford, numb yourself with entertainment, and hope for a peaceful retirement. That's not life. That's sedation. They want you comfortable because comfortable people don't question, don't fight back, don't build empires. Comfortable people follow rules, wait their turn, stay in line. But lions don't live in cages, and kings don't ask for permission. Discomfort is where growth happens. It's where you meet your real self. The version of you that doesn't make excuses, that doesn't hide from pressure, that doesn't quit when things get tough. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not evolving. Pain, stress, pressure. Those are not signs of failure. They are signs that you're stepping into a higher level. The gym hurts, but it builds strength. The grind is tiring, but it builds freedom. The rejection stings, but it builds resilience. The people who win in life aren't the ones who avoid discomfort. They're the ones who embrace it, chase it, and dominate it. When you chase comfort, you become soft, you become weak. And in a world built to break the weak, that's the fastest way to lose. Life doesn't care about your feelings. The market doesn't care if you're tired. Reality doesn't bend to your comfort zone. So why are you protecting it like it's something sacred? Every minute spent indulging in comfort is a minute stolen from your future self. The self who could have been rich, powerful, respected, but instead settled for easy meals, easy days, easy excuses. You want to win. Then you need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Wake up earlier, train harder, learn faster, risk more. Stop looking for the path of least resistance. Look for the path that forces you to evolve. That's where your power is, on the edge, not in the middle. When it hurts, double down. When it's hard, lean in. That's the sign you're moving in the right direction. Because comfort never made anyone legendary. No one remembers the man who stayed in bed. No one builds empires from the couch. Greatness demands more. And the ones who reach it aren't the most talented. They're the most disciplined. The ones who said no to comfort when everyone else said yes. So stop running from discomfort. Chase it. Own it. Make it your training ground. Because once you conquer the need to feel good all the time, you'll unlock a version of yourself that feels unstoppable. And that version, that's who you were born to be. Discipline is the difference between the life you want and the life you tolerate. You can have ambition, talent, intelligence, all the raw materials for success. But if you don't have discipline, it's all worthless. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. Everyone's motivated on day one. Everyone's excited when they start. But motivation fades, and when it does, all that's left is your discipline. That's the real measure of who you are. Not what you do when it's easy, but what you do when it's boring, painful, or inconvenient. Most people are slaves to how they feel. If they don't feel motivated, they do nothing. If they feel tired, they quit. If something's uncomfortable, they avoid it. That's why they stay average. Because the world rewards the disciplined, not the emotional. The disciplined build while others sleep. They show up whether it's raining or shining, whether they're hyped or drained. They don't negotiate with laziness. They don't allow feelings to override standards. That's what sets them apart. That's why they win. It's not magic. It's consistency. And consistency is built on discipline. You want a strong body. It's discipline, not just gym memberships. You want financial freedom. Discipline, not just money, making ideas. You want power, respect, success. It's all built through showing up again and again, sharpening your skills, making sacrifices, and never letting temporary emotions destroy permanent progress. The problem is people think discipline is punishment. It's not. It's liberation. Discipline frees you from regret, from weakness, from failure. It gives you control over your life instead of being a puppet pulled by impulses. When you master discipline, you become unstoppable because you no longer wait for permission, nor do you require inspiration. Discipline is what gets you up before the sun. It's what keeps you learning when your friends are wasting time. It's what pushes you through that extra rep, that late night, that tough decision. Every time you choose discipline, you reinforce a new identity. Someone who is serious, committed, dangerous. And guess what? The world respects dangerous people. Not dangerous in a violent sense, but dangerous in capability. Dangerous in mindset, dangerous in execution. That's who you become through discipline. A weapon in your own life. It's a lonely road. Don't expect applause for being disciplined. Don't wait for someone to tell you you're doing well. Most won't understand your grind. They'll call it obsession. They'll mock your routines. They'll laugh at your sacrifices. But when the results come, and they will, the same people will call you lucky. They'll forget the price you paid, but you won't. Because you'll know exactly what it took: daily, unsexy, relentless discipline. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop looking for hacks or shortcuts. Embrace the grind. Fall in love with routine. Treat discipline like the superpower it is. Because in a world full of people who quit as soon as it gets hard, the one who keeps going, no matter what, is the one who wins. Always. They keep you distracted for a reason. It's not accidental. The endless entertainment, the constant noise, the mindless scrolling, the manufactured outrage, it's all part of the plan. Because as long as you're distracted, you're controllable. As long as your attention is hijacked, your power is gone. You're too busy debating nonsense online, chasing clout, watching other people live their lives to actually build your own. That's exactly what they want. A population that's too entertained to think, too doped up on dopamine to resist, too divided to unite, and too weak to fight back. And here's the thing, it works. It's working right now. Look around. The average man is glued to his phone, obsessing over drama, celebrities, scandals. He's given up his ambition for a virtual high score, his potential for pixels, his masculinity for mediocrity. And while he wastes his life, someone else is getting rich off his attention. There was a time when your mind was your most powerful weapon. Now it's just another product to be harvested. Algorithms are designed to keep you addicted. Platforms are built to manipulate your psychology. Trends are engineered to keep you docile. You think it's harmless fun, but it's warfare. Information warfare. Psychological warfare. And you're losing. Every time you scroll past that book you were going to read. Every time you skip the gym for another binge. Every time you postpone your goals for one more hit of fake validation. You are trading your greatness for garbage. Not because you're weak, but because you've been trained to be weak. They taught you that entertainment equals freedom. But it's the opposite. Real freedom is control. Control of your time, your mind, your focus. The man who controls his attention controls his destiny. You're not meant to be distracted. You're meant to be focused, dangerous, precise. You're meant to build, conquer, protect, and provide. But how can you do that if you're too busy watching other men do it? This is how they win. Not with chains, but with comfort. Not with violence, but with convenience. Not by force, but by addiction. The average man is a slave to distraction. He's too tired to rise, too numb to dream, too soft to act. And the saddest part, he doesn't even know it. He thinks he's free, while every second of his life is being stolen from him. Wake up. They don't care about you. They care about your attention. They care about your compliance. They care about keeping you sedated just long enough that you forget you were ever meant for more. If you want to break free, it starts with focus. Ruthless, uncompromising focus. Start saying no to the junk. Cut off the noise. Delete the distractions. Reclaim your mind. When you start thinking clearly, you'll see through the illusions. You'll see how much time you've lost. You'll feel the anger, the fire, the urgency to reclaim what's yours. That fire, that's your power returning. That's what they fear. A man who's focused is a man who's dangerous. He doesn't waste time. He doesn't chase trends. He creates his own path. He leads. He builds. He dominates. So stop falling for the trap. You're not here to be distracted. You're here to take control. Turn off the noise. Pick up the mission. Lock in and level up. Because once you break free from the distraction machine, there's nothing and no one that can stop you.